YouTube video. Like I said on Instagram, this is going to be a Q&A style video. You guys have all sent me your questions, filtered them down to the ones that I think are going to give you the most value. I'm not going to be going into the science of things in this video for time purposes. I don't want to bore you guys. I just kind of want to give you guys simple answers that you can start using immediately. And then as you develop more questions, I'll probably do another Q&A in the future. Or you'll kind of have an idea of where to look based on the information that I'm going to be giving you today. So let's get right into it. The first question: I've been lifting for the past 6 months and I've added a lot of size. I'd like to drop 5 pounds of fat while minimizing muscle loss. What's the best way to accomplish this? So in order to lose weight, we need to be in a caloric deficit. That means we need to be consuming fewer calories than our body burns during the day. The opposite is a caloric surplus. This is what we do to gain weight. We'll be talking about this in the next question. So what I'm going to do to simplify this for you guys, I'm going to put a link in the description to a TDEE calculator. That stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. Click it, open it up, fill in all of the information. It's going to ask you your age, your body weight, your height, your body fat percentage. If you don't know your body fat percentage, I recommend buying some really cheap skin calipers online by AccuMeasure, or I'm going to put another link in the description with pictures of different body fat levels for men and women. You pick the one that most closely looks like you and be conservative with that number. You're not cheating anybody but yourself if you lie on this calculator. It's going to give you inaccurate results if you're not being honest. If you don't want to do either of those things, there's an option to just use your body weight as a form of measuring your daily calories that you should be eating. So fill in all the information. At the end, it's going to ask you what macronutrient split would you like to follow. Pick recommended. That's 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. Just do it. This is really simple for beginners, and it's going to get you moving really, really quickly. Once you've input all of your answers, at the end, it's going to spit out a number called daily calories. Put that number into a calorie tracker. The one I recommend is MyFitnessPal. You're going to go into, once you download the app, you're going to go down to the bottom right. It's going to say more if you're on an iPhone. I'm not sure about the Android. Go to more, go to goals, change your calories to whatever it says on the calculator for daily calories. And then under calorie and macronutrient goals, you're going to change the carbohydrates, the fat, and the protein to match what the calculator says. Once you have all of this on MyFitnessPal, you need to follow this every single day. Input every meal that you eat appropriately, accurately. So you're going to need a scale. Buy a scale and get comfortable with it. Start learning what different portions of food look like. So maybe learn what an ounce of chicken looks like, or 8 ounces of a steak, or 12 ounces of a liquid like milk. Get to know all these portion sizes. It's going to make it really, really easy for you guys to stay on top of your calorie and macronutrient logging. I can guarantee you, if you answer the questions accurately on the calculator and you follow and stay under and hit that daily calorie goal, you're going to lose weight. Also, make sure on the calculator to set it for weight loss or weight gain, depending on what you want to do. Specifically, you want to minimize muscle loss, so prioritize hitting protein. Carbs and fats, you don't have to be so spot on with carbs and fats. As long as you're somewhere in the ballpark of that 40%, 30%, 30%, you'll be fine. But definitely hit your protein goal every single day, and that's going to ensure that you minimize muscle loss. If you follow the steps that I've just given you, you will lose weight. Now, the next question: how do you put on size while not gaining as much fat? What you're going to want to do is you're going to get into what I call a clean bulk. Let me give you the opposite of a clean bulk, a dirty bulk. A dirty bulk is when you eat as much as you possibly can, because when you're bulking, it doesn't matter. It does matter if you want to minimize fat gain. So doing a clean bulk use the same calculator, set it for weight gain, and it's going to give you the option to set your calorie surplus percentage, make it 20%, and stick to it. Don't go over that amount. Don't go under it, especially. But definitely don't go over. Hit your protein goals, hit your carbs, and hit your fats. Like I said, prioritize protein. Carbs and fats can vary a little bit more. Doesn't matter as much. But that is how you're going to put on size while minimizing fat. Next question, how do you stay consistent? This is something that took me a very long time to kind of figure out, and I'm not going to lie to you, it depends for each person. For me, what really did it, sorry, my dog is barking outside. She's okay, don't worry. What did it for me was habit making. You need to get into a routine. If you don't have a routine, every day is going to be a toss-up. When are you going to work out? Are you going to be tired? If you work out after work, set a routine. What I like to do is, as soon as I wake up, I put on my gym clothes and I head straight to the gym and get it over with. If you have crappy sleeping patterns, it's really going to mess you up. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Get into the habit of doing something. So give yourself a trigger. The second you get out of bed, you see your running shoes or you see your gym shoes, put on your clothes and go to the gym. Another thing, it's much easier to keep yourself in motion when you are already in motion. So say you're coming back from work, don't stop at home, because you're gonna sit on the couch and it's gonna be a lot harder to get back up and go to the gym. So just streamline everything, streamline your schedule. Finish it right after something else, or go to the gym and go to class right after, or go to class and go to the gym right after. And just remember, how do you stay consistent? The main reason is, if you don't stay consistent, none of this is going to work. So you need to find what it is within yourself that makes you want to go to the gym and change your physique. So that's what I'll say about how to stay consistent. Okay, should I take BCAAs and or CLAs? Don't waste your money. Unless you know what you're doing with these things, do not waste your money. It is, first of all, I wouldn't even recommend BCAAs as a weight loss supplement. It more so helps you minimize muscle loss during a weight loss, during a cut. But even with that, it's minor. So unless you are experienced and know what you're doing with these supplements, don't buy them. The only ones I would recommend are a protein supplement and maybe creatine and a pre-workout. Although I will not officially recommend a pre-workout. I know a lot of people who have issues or stomach issues with taking pre-workout. If you have those issues, take caffeine, drink coffee, drink something more natural. I personally don't mind taking pre-workout, and so I do. But don't waste your money on BCAAs and CLAs. CLAs are claimed to be really good, claimed to help with weight loss, but it's pretty much split down the middle. Half of the studies say that it will help, and half of the studies show no effect at all. So what I'll say is, if you're a beginner, just don't waste your money on these supplements. If they do help with weight loss, it's going to be a fraction of a fraction that it will help. This is for people who know what they're doing and they're at a body fat percentage that is so low that they're just trying to reach their potential. If you're a beginner, the best thing for you if you're trying to lose weight is consistency, patience, and proper training.
That is it. That is it.
Count your calories, track your calories, proper training, stay consistent, and be patient as fuck. Don't waste your money on those supplements. How often should you train? As often as you can, but limit it to 5 days of strength training a week. That is just my opinion. I find that more than 5 days, I'm burning myself out, I'm overtraining, and I just feel I will say though, most of you can probably pull off 5 days a week. Not gonna lie. I don't have pity for many people who say, oh, I can only work 2 days a week. I've got a job. I work 60 hours. I work 50 hours. I work 40 hours. I worked like 70 hours at Aldi and still managed to work out every single day of the week. It's all about prioritization. Prioritize your health. This is the one body we've got. The one body that we've got. And if this were a car, I guarantee you'd be treating it well. This is a way better version of a car. In fact, it lets you drive cars. So treat it well. Prioritize. Find the time. It shouldn't take you more than an hour, hour and a half to get a training session done. That's like putting your phone away for an hour and a half, which, trust me, according to statistics, we spend a lot of time on our phones. So just prioritize. But yeah, limit it to 5 days a week of strength training, cardio. If you're trying to lose weight, I'd say 3 days of cardio a week. No more than that. You don't want to risk muscle loss. But like I said, make sure you stay on top of your protein goals if you want to minimize muscle loss. So yeah, we'll go with that as the answer. What is your take on carbs? I love carbs. Many people fear carbs because they're misinformed, frankly. I personally feel like poopy when I don't consume carbs. Directly affects your mood, performance at the gym, and you can still lose weight while on carbs. In fact, it's not even weird that you can lose weight while you're on carbs. It doesn't matter what you're eating. It matters how much you're eating versus how much you burn every single day. So, simple answer, if you want to feel good and not get overtrained and not burn out, consume carbs and consume them normally. If you don't want those things, don't. How much cardio a week is optimal? Already answered that. Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're bulking, doesn't matter really. Muscle loss is already minimized because you're consuming so much food. But if you're doing weight loss and you're trying to preserve muscle, I'd limit it to 3 days a week, and I would do high intensity interval training to minimize that muscle loss. And how many months did it take you to get lean? I started in January of 2018, my cutting phase, and since then I've dropped. I went from 98 to 189. I'm hovering around 188, 189. I was at 12% body fat in January. Now I must be somewhere around 9%. So that's how long it took me. It is obviously going to take you longer if you are overweight or obese, but that does not mean you should not do it. It's going to take time, but what's going to keep you going is seeing those changes in your body. So definitely get started if you want a better life overall. Do you believe in cheat meals or cheat days? With if it fits your macros, which is what I follow, not really, because you can already eat whatever you want. But I will not lie, roughly every 3 weeks I will have a day where I just don't track any of my calories and just eat whatever the heck I want. But the day after isn't going to be very great. If you ate too little, you're not going to feel very great at the gym. If you ate too much, you might feel bloated, but you'll feel a lot better than if you ate too little, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, earn your cheat meals, but if you're doing if it fits your macros, you can already eat whatever you want. You just have to stay under your calorie count or your target calories and hit your macros. Like, come on. What did your diet consist of for your body transformation? I kind of already answered this, but if you're doing if it fits your macros, you can eat whatever you want. What I will say though is you can gain weight eating super healthy foods and you can lose weight eating super unhealthy foods. What I mean by that is it doesn't matter what you consume in terms of weight loss or weight gain, but what you consume heavily affects your performance and your overall what's the word, feeling. So eat healthy foods if you want to feel good. Eat crappy foods if you don't want to feel good but keep in mind that weight loss and weight gain is all about how much you eat versus how much you burn. Would you recommend intermittent fasting for someone with an innately fast metabolism? The metabolism portion of that is not really relevant. I would recommend intermittent fasting if you don't have a very strong appetite and you don't like to eat throughout the day. If you know that you only have an appetite maybe once or twice a day later on in the afternoon or at night, intermittent fasting might be great for you because you typically eat in the late afternoon or at night. Also, it's great for people who don't want to be logging their food constantly throughout the day because you only have to log 1 or 2 meals at the end of the night. Pick the diet or lifestyle that fits you. If it fits your macros, for me, seems to work very well. I think it's the best option for beginners. You don't have to go buy different foods, or you just have to track what you're eating and adjust accordingly. So that's what I'll say about that. I don't consume animal protein. How do you get fit with vegetable protein? I'm not the best person to ask for this. I myself am not a vegan or vegetarian, but there are tons of bodybuilders out there who are. They are way more equipped to help you. Just YouTube search vegan bodybuilder, vegetarian bodybuilder. There are tons of videos out there that are specifically catered to vegetarians in the bodybuilding space. How to do intermittent fasting? Basically, don't consume anything for the first half of the day. Consume your meals around the afternoon, late afternoon, night. Don't consume anything, obviously, while you're sleeping. Rinse and repeat. That is how you do it. Typically, you train fasted. Kino Body is a fantastic resource for this. Go check him out. He has a lot of videos on what his lifestyle is like. So go give him a look. What kind of warm-ups do you like to do before a workout? Warm up whatever muscle group you're going to be working on. If you're working on chest, do a lower weight of the exercise that you're about to do. But I will say for chest, I do like to warm up my back. It gives me it gets blood flowing in my back, and it allows me to flex it a little bit better and give me a nice foundation for my bench press. So I do warm up my upper back for chest days. But for example, if you're doing squats, do some body weight squats. Stretch out your hammies. Do some toe touches. Stretch out your quads. But in terms of just a warm up, clean and simple, do lower weight of the exercise that you're gonna do that day. Next and final. What keeps you motivated and what drives you? One, I learned at a very young age that we only get this body once, and if you mess it up, you can't come back. There's no reset button in life, and I personally want to stay on this earth for as long as possible. So to increase your chances of staying here as long as possible, you're gonna want to treat your body right. It's like a car. If you treat your car like crap, it's gonna leave you stranded in the desert. But if you treat it well, it'll get you all the way to California. The other is, these are more extrinsic motivators, like I model, and part of my income kind of depends on how good I look, and that's one of the things. Look good, feel good. If you look like crap, you feel like crap. And sometimes you don't even have to look to know that you feel like crap. So look good, feel good is definitely one of them. But most importantly, most importantly is, this is our vessel. Treat it well, it'll treat you well. Also, like, Jesus Christ, the benefits are just Google it. Just Google the benefits of working out, proper dieting, proper nutrition, proper training. Google it. The list goes on. There's like nearly no negative effects that come from working out and being healthy. So Find what keeps you motivated. The ones that are going to keep you moving are those intrinsic motivators, the things that you do for yourself. Oh, I forgot to mention also hitting PRs. That's like I love that. It's super satisfying to hit personal records with strength training. That's another reason why I go. But yeah, guys, that is it for the Q&A. If you want to see more videos like this, very clean cut and simple, straight to the point, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and Al? Who's that? Al? Is that you? Al! Alan! No, that's not Al. Yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment in the box below, and just love me, man. Let me know what you think. This is my first video, and until next time.